Hello, Mr. Kaczynski here. We're going to find the slope from 2 points on a line. This is part of section S of IXL's Algebra 1 skills. So to do this, we need to know the slope formula. At this point, we know that slope is vertical change over horizontal change, that it's a ratio that measures those two things. Another way to say that is that slope, which we usually use the variable m to represent slope, is change in y over change in x. So how do you find the change in y? How do you find the change in x? By subtracting a couple of y values. That would be the change in y. Change means subtract. And subtracting a couple of x values, that would be your horizontal change. So change in y over change in x. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. That is the slope formula. All right, so let's use it here. What's the slope of a line that passes through these 2 points? Okay. Well, we'll do our change in y, 6 minus 2, over our change in x, 7 minus 2. 6 minus 2, our change in y, is 4. And 7 minus 2, our change in x, is 5. And that's a simplified fraction, so we'll just leave it as 4/5. The slope is 4/5. Now, some people will say, well, Mr. K, you said that it's y2 minus y1, but you did y1 minus y2. Okay, we can flip it around. It doesn't really matter. If we did 2 minus 6, because you want to do the second one minus the first one, then we'd have to do the same thing with the x values too. We'd flip those around. That would give us -4 over -5. And we know that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So that's still 4/5. It doesn't really matter which way you look at it. All right, let's do this again. Find the slope of a line that passes through these 2 points. Change in y, 3 minus 2, over change in x, 1 minus 6. Oops. So that gives me 1 over -5, which usually we don't leave the negative signs in the denominator of a fraction. So that's -1/5. The slope of a line that runs through those 2 points is -1/5. And like I said, even if we do it backwards, or maybe you think I did it backwards, and we do 2 minus 3, we'd have to do 6 minus 1. So order is very important with subtraction. That would give us -1 over +5, which is the same thing we just got. So we won't do it twice anymore. I think we've got that down. Let's do a few more though to make sure we get this pattern. All right, the slope of a line that runs through these 2 points. Change in y, 77 minus 20, over change in x, 84 minus 57. That's 57 over, let's grab our calculator and do 84 minus 57. It's 27. And I don't think that that can be simplified at all. Oh, we can actually. Yeah. Both of those numbers are divisible by 3. So this is actually 19 over 9. So if we can simplify the fraction, then we should simplify it as well. So 57 divided by 3 is 19. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So we'll say our slope is 19/9. Got some positives and some negatives this time. Doesn't really change things. We'll do -30 minus 36. That's our change in y. And then we have 59 minus 58. I think we can handle that math in our head. So that gives us negative 66 over 1, which we can just go ahead and call that negative 66. Meaning the value of the function, or the value of the line, goes down 66 units every time x goes up 1. One more on this. The slope of a line that runs through these 2 points. Negative 27 minus negative 12. Okay, over negative 1 minus 95. Well, maybe the easier way to look at this is negative 27 plus 12 when you're subtracting a negative. Usually that's the way I would just write it. Okay, on the bottom we definitely have negative 96. So I've got negative 15 over negative 96. Okay, a negative over a negative is positive, and this can be simplified a little bit because, again, both of these are divisible by 3, so we'll call it positive 5 over positive 32. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, 96 divided by 3 is 32. 5 over 32 is the slope of a line. Every time the x value goes up 32, the y value goes up 5. That's how you find the slope of a line from 2 points. Good luck.